Hi, I'm La Super Comadre from RadioCrystalUSA.com, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So, La Super Comadre, my platform is all about bringing people on, special guests, who either do something for the community, who have done something for the community, who match up the pillars of what my show is about, which is about taking care of your heart and soul, which is about political engagement, which is about education. So every person that comes on can be a super comadre or a super compadre, someone that's out there doing something for the community. So I invite you all to listen and to watch every Tuesday when we record the show. But it also repeats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 10 o'clock at night on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And don't forget to give us a like. Adiós. ¡Woo! ¿Cómo están todos? Soy la Super Comadre Claudia de RadioCrystalUSA.com y aquí estamos de nuevo. You know, it's been a while. It's been a couple of hot minutes. And but we're back and we're live streaming. We are also recording. And don't forget that my show repeats not just on certain days, but actually it repeats every single day, 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 10 o'clock at night. But I'm super excited to be here today. La Super Comadre Claudia show. We've been around for a while. And Liliana, gracias a Liliana. Where is my super comadre Liliana? Come on, where are you?
Aquí ando, comadre, acá ando, acá atrás de los controles.
Sí, poniendo todo en orden. Hace rato, you were putting me in order. I'm like, mute it, unmute it, tap the mic, don't tap it, don't touch it. Okay, it works. I love it. I love it because all these years.
That's the fun part of life.
It is. Tap it, untap it, unmute, mute, nothing, and it's okay that things can go sideways. It's okay that things are not okay sometimes. Yeah. And how beautiful things are when things align. It just makes you appreciate everything even more. And I just want to say thank you.
Right. No, and thank you for being part of RadioCrystalUSA.com. Almost 7 years, comadre. Ya vamos para los 7 casi.
Wow. Al rato vamos a hacer quinceañeras con la radio.
Yeah, we have to celebrate soon. We're going to make it a big party.
Yes, we need to. Oye, ¿qué tienes en la cabeza?
Mira, traigo las orejas.
¿De qué? ¿De dame?
Como de conejo, no sé qué,
pero
me gustaron mucho.
De gatito.
I went to the Renaissance Festival, the biggest Renaissance festival they have in the U.S. Is here in Texas.
Nice. I did not know that trivia.
It is the biggest one in the U.S. It's beautiful. If you have not been there, please do go.
Wow. Oh, and you probably heard something sounded like passing gas, but I did not pass gas. It was my ring. Okay, well, it's not me. Just want to let you know. I want to clear the air. But speaking of getting together and going places with your family, I love that. And there's one thing that I want to talk about today. And I have this amazing super comadre that's coming on. But before we get to her, because it's about family, it's about going and doing something together, and it's something that's going to be done, and everyone should do it by by November. But before we get to that, I wanted to say a big super shout out for Tony Garcia of SDC Builds and the SDC Builds Familia, who is here for us always. They're the ones that open their doors for Radio Cristal to record and live stream out of the SDC Builds beautiful. We're either in the boardroom, which we're at right now with this beautiful artwork behind me, or we're in the despacho, or we're in an office, and he's like, wherever you want to go, go. And I picked this place because I love that artwork behind me, and that's why I'm here. But thank you to SDC Builds Familia for hosting us and having us one of our biggest major sponsors and making sure that Radio Cristal is recorded and comes to you.
And thank you, SDC Builds, and thank you for all you do, and thank you to all our sponsors. If you want to know more about sponsoring a radio show, call La Super Comadre Claudia Macias or send her a text message or a message. Okay, I'll be right behind the scene.
All right.
Tell us about your special guest.
Oh my gosh, my new super comadre is an amazing woman who is just such a warrior. I had the chance to meet her without even meeting her in person. And because I had a chance to interview her daughter, which is Desiree at Klaus, who does Let's Vamonos podcast, live stream show at a Segundo Cafe, Segundo Coffee here in Houston. And and through her, I heard so many amazing stories about her mom, and so I now have Hilda Martinez, who's going to come on and talk about the amazing things she's doing regarding something that all families should be doing. And so I'd like to have on Hilda Martinez. Hilda Martinez, come on up.
Hi there. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, we're on
Thank you
virtual.
for the invite. Thank you for the
Yes.
invite.
Yeah, you have such an amazing spirit, and I had a chance to meet and work with your daughter Desiree. I mean, you guys, I can see why she is the way she is, the amazing person she is, and then getting a chance to meet you. Now, I want you to come to my show, La Super Comadre, to inform families and talk about the importance of voting. Tomorrow, I think today was the deadline to register to vote here in Texas. But I just want you to share that story of yourself being involved with voting and being involved as someone who can sign people up to vote, and why that's important for families to make this a part of their life.
Well, I'll give you a backstory of how it all started. When we were a young couple, my husband and I, we were told that we could not vote unless we owned property, owned a home. And of course, we didn't own a home until in our 30s. And so we didn't vote. And also, I was not a citizen. I didn't become a citizen until 1972. And I got to vote for Richard Nixon.
Wow.
On his second term. And of course, we know what happened after that. He had to, resign. He had to get out of the presidency.
Mhm.
And but that was the first time that I voted when I became a citizen. And in experiencing the all the barriers that we had. First, I wasn't a citizen, but my husband didn't think he could vote because we were told we had to own property. Okay, and well, I got on the fast track on learning what it was all about. I took some classes at Lee College, and I got a little informed and a little research. But and then we even got his mother at the late age of 80 to register, and her sister-in-law, and that was a treat for us when we took them to vote. I think they voted in 2 elections before they passed, but they were already in their 80s, and they didn't know what it was all about. But it was before all this new voting ballots, how you do it now with a new machine. At any rate, but I got involved and wanted to learn about how it happens, the process. So I participated in some elections, some municipal and some state, but I didn't know what they were called at the time. And I just said, oh, okay, I'll help. I'll volunteer. And just watching the process, I've had over 20, maybe 25 years of participating in the election process. I usually work as an election clerk. And I'm really excited because in the past, I guess the previous administration has got us really motivated into getting more people involved in all elections, whether they're in the city, municipal, state, or the federal, the national elections, because people are getting into office that cannot or should not be in there, you know, because there's too much apathy where people think my vote doesn't count. I don't care. I'm not into politics. That's a favorite one that I hear. Just like people don't talk about religion and politics and their salary. Well, they have no idea the impact from that apathy. So we get the campaigns for either party, whatever party you're from, that campaign, and we see most of mostly that they're just kind of tearing down on each other and we don't know what to believe.
Exactly.
But when you get involved, either with a party, you learn the process. You learn about all the backdrops of how people are elected. And one of them is to get people registered.
And today was the last day here in Texas, right? All of Texas
Yes,
to
yes.
register to vote.
If
So,
you want to, let's see, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's 7 o'clock. If
okay.
somebody if someone said, I need to register, I'm going to vote, I got to vote, they can fill out an application, but they're going to have to drop it off at the office. At
When
one
you
of
say
the,
the office, you mean the post office?
I'm not sure it's the post office, but it's something on Preston. I didn't get the address. If someone had an absolute need to vote,
Mm-hmm.
to do
So
it.
let's say they didn't catch this round, and and now you're going to have to kind of wait until the next time to register to vote, correct? To be able to vote, well, to be able to vote for this election. So this upcoming election, and I want to go back a little bit. You just
Okay.
gave us a little bit of history right now. A lot of people don't know the history of not being able to vote unless you
Yeah.
had land. That you took us down like a trip, a history trip, that a trip down memory lane, and maybe these memories were not that great, but from your experiences, you just gave a civics lesson here on the importance of voting, on the importance of getting involved, because at some point those things had to change, not needing to have land in order
Right.
to vote. When people say, oh, it doesn't count, oh, why should I do it? And I'm going to say this, ay, no empezar la comadre con las elecciones. You know what? In 2016, when we started this radio show program, that's what kicked it off, was that last administration. That last administration actually inspired me to get the voice out, to get people like you to come on, and a lot of elected officials that have won and have run in campaigns. I bring them on and I want them to share, because a lot of times we do sit back and say, oh, it doesn't count. Oh, why should I vote? But it does. Everything is political.
Oh,
Religion,
yes.
religion,
Yes.
a lot of
Everything.
candidates that are or churches, sorry, I'm falling off the chair, or churches that are getting involved. So hey, let's make sure that they're following the rules as well. But I always say that the smallest thing is political. Us being able to drive on a street without falling into a pothole, and getting that fixed,
Yeah.
raising the flag on that's political.
Yes.
The milk that we serve into a cup to give to our babies when they're at home, that's political. You want to make sure that milk is safe to drink. Did it go through a process?
Yes.
If the companies do what's right, and the companies don't do what's right because they want to, and they think, oh, we should do it because, oh, pobrecitos are going to drink their milk and we don't want them to get sick. No, the companies are about making money. That's what it is, bottom line. But we have rules in place, policies that have come from politics, to be able to make sure so that we ensure that our kids drink a safe cup of milk. So that's how I kind of break it down to make it like, it's all political. Everything affects us. Yeah. So let's just say, I want you to share a little bit about the importance of the young people voting. You shared a little bit yesterday about a project, a process that's new down in your part of town. Talk about your part of town, where you're at, and what's going on out there, and how is that being replicated in other schools or districts here in Houston or Texas at large?
Well, I was going to get the number or the name of the law. There is a Texas law or federal law that the students in high school that are 18 years old and should be introduced to voter registration application. But for some reason, where I live in Baytown, the only people that were brought in to bring in the applications were the League of Women Voters. But they just handed them out or gave a little presentation. Possibly, I really don't know that. I can't say it for sure. But the election county, the Harris County election office was not permitted to come in to give a little spiel, a little talk, a little civics lesson. And this year, for the first time at the Goose Creek Independent School District, they have allowed, by having I think she's the director of social studies. She's a liaison with the Harris County Elections Office, and they have their representative going in there with us, me and other volunteers. We are called volunteer deputy voter registrars. So only we can handle them. We handed them out to the students, and as the students were listening to the presenter. Her name is Camille Gomez, and she gave a short little civics lesson, just like you gave an example about why it's important to vote. Like it's important to know who's going to be in the board of directors in the school district. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're the one that make the rules and the laws for the school district. So she gave the little civics lesson and walked them through the application, and it was so inspiring to see. We registered students in, and I happened to volunteer for the one in Deer Park as well. And no, excuse me, Laporte High School. So and once we get the applications filled out, we turn them into the county, and they go directly to get registered. You know that
Wow.
they're in there. And one of the things that I was real happy to see that in the school district, because they wouldn't let nobody in, and
Yeah.
they were just handing out the voter registration applications. Which brings to mind my daughter, Desiree, who you mentioned earlier. She happened to have her 18th birthday the day before Election Day in the year 2000, and that was the election of Bush and Gore. And she signed up, and she was ready to vote at that election, and so I was real proud of her when she did that. And she's been voting ever since, I'm the motivator to keep her voting.
That is amazing. That is amazing that she had a chance. That was her birthday present. That was your birthday present, her birthday present, that she had a chance to register beforehand so that
Yes.
by the time she turned 18, she was able to cast her first vote. Now, I wanted to throw this in real quick. Monica Vasquez, who's been watching, she put the address in there for here, for Houston. If you have your card and you need to drop it off, go downtown 1001 Preston. Where you need to go and drop off your voter registration card. Now, I love this model of the civics lesson, of going in there with the card, getting the kids excited about it, because, I mean, that's our future. They need to be able to be part of it now, because they're the ones that are going to be making decisions once, I'm no longer being able to sit up in this chair, and I'm going to take a break and someone will take over this role. So they're going to have to be able to be involved. And why not be involved at a young age? Because you're right. I want to say this, and I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it. All elections matter. Not just voting for the president, not just voting for the governor, not just voting for the mayor, but all of the races in between. Because, like you said, students, moms and dads of students in public schools, if you have a child in a public school, your vote definitely matters, because you need to know who's going to be representing you at the state board, the state board of ed, which makes decisions over the districts throughout the Texas, and then all the way down to the like you said, the board, the board that the trustees, what we call them here, trustees for every district, because they too have a say so in making sure or review what are the ideas, what are the plans, and are they aligning with the needs of the students. And just so you know, here in Texas, the demographics are showing that who are the ones that pick up most of that are going to these public schools?
Latino
kids. Latino kids behind them, African American families are the two biggest groups that make up the demographics of our public schools here in Texas.
Yes.
So, super important. Yes,
what I have here, just to share, because she was talking about it, but just for future reference, this is new in 2022. A voter who turns 18 between the August primary and the November general election can vote in the primary.
Nice.
This
awesome.
is new.
So excited.
So a 17-year-old who will be 18 by the November general election can vote in the August primary.
Nice. There we go. I love that. So Liliana, can you put that link into our comments? So if anybody wants more information about our future voter, because if you have a son or daughter who's 16, 17, 18, 19, make sure that they have their hands on a voter registration because they need to start learning this process now. And, there's so many young people that are getting involved, either running campaigns, running for office. And so we're at the end of it, Hilda, and I just want you to just close it out with just what's the important information you want for our voters, our future voters, potential voters to walk away with tonight.
First of all, if they're registered to vote. Vote in person, vote early because it's going to be a 2-page ballot, and you can vote in any location because they'll have your ballot for your precinct. It doesn't matter where. It's not going to be just one location. Anywhere so you can vote. Early voting is October 24th through November 4th. And the election day, of course, is November 8th. And make sure you have your photo ID ready, as well as if you have any questions when you're voting, the election clerks are there to help you out. So they're prepared to answer your questions if it's not a big problem. And the presiding judge will take care of any situation that brings up that you're not in the voter thing. They have the connection to direct to the election, excuse me, the Harris County elections phone number where they can verify or they can vote provincial. What is it?
Provisional.
Provisional. Yes. And otherwise, go and
Go and vote.
go and vote, and please do not listen to too many commercials.
I hear you.
Vote with a gut feeling, especially as women. It's so important. If you have a mom, an aunt, granddaughters,
La tía, la comadre.
Las comadres, por favor, go vote. It's important.
I hear you. So you heard it from Hilda. She has been at the forefront. I mean, she gave us a history lesson. She got involved because it affected her. And in her words, vote in person, vote early between October 24th through November the 4th. Any location. Election day is November the 8th. Take your photo ID. Know that it's a long ballot, so it's going to take some time. And also ask for help. Ask for help. Even if you speak Spanish or any other language, there will be someone to connect you to somebody that can help you with the voting. And I was going to ask you, I know that for a while they had this ability for people with disabilities, right? They could park in the handicap spot and they could come to you with one of those machines. Is that still like a big idea? Is that still work?
Yes, and they will have curbside service as well, where you punch a button and they'll come out, and everything's going to work beautifully. And the system is no flaws. Everything's very reputable. So yes,
good. I love it. I love it. So they have curbside service as well. So there are no excuses. Get out there and vote. That's one of the things that I'm super.
And you don't have to be handicapped either. That's what I learned. You don't have, if you just don't want to get off and the walk or whatever, or you got to go to work or something, you can also go. You don't have to be handicapped.
Okay.
Yes. I learned that in this training that I just took for election worker.
Oh, that's amazing. So Hilda is say it again, VDVR.
Yes. Volunteer Deputy Voter Registrar.
And also, the next time I bring you on, I want you to talk about that and how people can become involved and in becoming what you have done, so that just having one person in your family, you can probably register the whole family, and that's a lot of work for me because I got a big family. So you know what I'm saying? So if we had some kind of like commitment that one family member for the big clan of people in their neighborhood become deputized and then go back and register those people to vote. So I'm super excited. I love seeing the fervor. I love it all, and I'm super excited to potentially see amazing people stepping into the roles and doing what is right and what is appropriate and what is the best for all of us.
For all of us, yes.
Thank you, Hilda. Woo! All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining. Liliana, la comadre, ¿dónde estás?
Thank you for having me.
Aquí ando, compartiendo las fechas que acaban de decir. I'm just sharing all the dates you were talking about.
I love it. This is my passion. One of my passions is this. Bueno, pues todos estamos aquí al final. It's 7:28. We got to get ready for another recording, but I wanted to say thank you so much to Hilda for coming out. You came out virtually, signed on, logged in, and were able to share this amazing story, your life story, your experiences, and what it has fueled the work you're doing now. So thank you so much. And don't forget, La Super Comadre Claudia show repeats every single day at 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 10 o'clock at night. So don't forget to tune in. And in between, we have amazing music that you can listen to while you're working, cooking, studying, or just doing your thing and relaxing and resting. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and just, reach out to us. You have an idea, you want to talk about something, let us know, drop us a line. Also, if you'd like to sponsor one of the shows, let us know as well. And we're here to support you, to serve you, and make sure that you become a super comadre or a super compadre. Because if you're coming on here, it's because you have an amazing thing that you're doing and the community needs to know about it. All right, gracias a todos. Hasta la otra.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Hilda. To whom much is given, much is expected. I forgot my quote.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Hilda. And thank you, Monica Vasquez, for that information.
Yes.
Oh, I love your daughter, Desiree, said, yes, if my mom, who is 74, can do it, we can do it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you, Desiree.
Saludos a Desiree también. And Les Vámonos. Make sure you connect with her. Watch her show. Watch her episodes. She has amazing guests as well. I'm one of them, too. So I'll be on there soon.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Good night.
Good night, Hilda. Hi, I'm La Super Comadre from RadioCrystalUSA.com, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So, La Super Comadre, my platform is all about bringing people on, special guests, who either do something for the community, who have done something for the community, who match up the pillars of what my show is about, which is about taking care of your heart and soul, which is about political engagement, which is about education. So every person that comes on can be a super comadre or a super compadre, someone that's out there doing something for the community. So I invite you all to listen and to watch every Tuesday when we record the show. But it also repeats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 10 o'clock at night on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And don't forget to give us a like. Adios.